Good day, friends. I'm Casey. Welcome to my channel. So, if you have tight hamstrings or you are plagued by lower back pain, maybe you have a desk job or tight hamstrings, runner, cyclist, avid hiker, whatnot, this sequence is going to be for you. It's something that I learned we do on the floor. You'll want to have a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a hand towel, or a kitchen towel, something like that. As you come back, you might need a block depending on how tight your body is. Yeah. So, and you can do this sequence in the morning. If you notice that your back feels really tight, lots of tension, tightness in the morning, you can do it in the morning. You could do it before or after a long run or a bike ride, whatnot. Yeah. Or even before bed, if you notice that it's hard for you to sleep at night, sometimes you get woken up by pain. It might be nice to do this little stretch. And you can always shorten it up too. It doesn't have to be quite as long. But yeah, so a block is if you come back, so come all the way back onto the floor, onto your mat, have your feet flat. And we're going to start with our right leg. So take your right foot up into the air. And just take the strap to the bottom of your right foot. So try not to hyperextend your knee, but if you have tight hamstrings, that probably doesn't apply to you. We don't want to pull so much that our leg is like trembling, shaking. That's too much. You can always back off and have your leg a little bit further away from your torso. That's fine. You're going to start to push out through your heel and flex your toes toward your kneecap. Take a couple of slow breaths. Kind of checking in with your hamstring there, the center one. So as you start to draw your leg in, if you notice that you're really struggling to have your head on the floor, then your block behind your head can just be a little bit more supportive. And if you do have low back pain, then let's keep our other foot, our left foot, flat on the floor while we do this sequence here on our right side. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to prime our hamstring. Bend your knees straight into your chest. Take a breath. As you exhale, slowly extend up. And try not to just lock it all the way out. Yeah. Bend your knee. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly kick it up. One more. Bend. And extend. And then let's ease up a little bit on the choke of your strap, and start to point and flex your toes up and down a little. You might hold it up just a little bit and flex back down, toes down toward your kneecap. Gently draw your leg toward your torso. Depending on how tight you are, we might still be quite a bit a ways away. That is totally fine. And if we need to have more of a bend in our knee, that's okay as well. We don't want to overdo it. If you're trembling like a leaf, that's usually a pretty good indication we're past our appropriate edge. So what we're going to start to do is gently sway our right foot, our right leg, a few inches off of our midline. So maybe anywhere from like 3 to 6 inches, gently side to side. As we start to widen, we might linger a little bit. Breath through your nose, in and out. Depending on sensation, we might reduce some of the tension on the strap, let the leg kind of relax a little bit. Or if we like the stretch sensation, we can keep a nice bit of tension on the strap. Just a couple more times, a little bit side to side, and feel free to linger. Like if there's a spot, you go to one side and you're like, ooh, that's interesting, then stay there. Breathe into it. Okay. Maybe a little bit more movement. We might start to widen and take a few passes side to side and then start to widen a little bit. But again, go slow. And if you start to notice any kind of pain, we back off. We don't want pain. Stretch sensation is definitely different than pain. Sharp shooting, burning, stabbing, tugging, pulling pain. Those are all generally, in air quotes, the bad pain. But stretch sensation can be intense without being painful. Bring your right leg back center. Bend your knee straight into your chest. Take a breath. Exhale, slowly back up. Kick up through your heel. Stay or gently increase a little bit of pull. Breath through your nose. We're going to take both sides of our strap into our right hand. Choke up on your strap. And then we might have our block handy to, if you have a second block, take it to the outside of your right hip, right thigh, and wedge it in close and slowly open your leg out to the right side. So now we're stretching our adductor, our inner thigh. But go easy, go slow. And if you need to have a bend in your knee or a slight bend in your knee, that's okay. Breath. Flexing your foot will add more intensity. So maybe we let the foot soften just a little bit, but still a little bit of an action of heel pushing away. If possible, try to soften inner and outer thigh there on your right side. Maybe we rest more on the block, allowing some of the tension to dissipate. Ujjayi, little constriction in the back of your throat. Breath is oceanic in quality and sound. And slowly engaging your core, bring your right leg back center. Take your strap into your left hand. We're going to hit up our IT band, stretch it out a little bit. So slowly just bring your right leg across your body at a slight diagonal. If you're tight, then bend your knee some, and maybe it's a bigger bend, that's okay. More pushing out through the heel, you'll start to feel more sensation. If it becomes too intense, we back off. Try to keep your back and your hips relatively flat on the floor. The leg is at a slight diagonal, and maybe the outside of the right hip, kind of lifts up a little bit, but not too much. I'm going to come back center, toes overhead, fabric in each hand. Take one more breath. Bend your right knee. And release the strap to your side. If it feels okay to your lower back, stretch out nice and long. If that doesn't feel so great on our lower back, then we're going to rest in neutral, wide, and knees tent together midline. Rest with your hands on your tummy or your arms out in any way. Just take a few breaths here. Tune into any subtle differences between right and left side. We'll slide feet in flat to the mat, grab our strap, and now we're going to extend left foot up into the air. Strap to the bottom of your foot. If your hamstrings are on the extra tight side, then we're going to have a bend in the knee. Don't try to just, lock out your leg completely. And if you need to, maybe your leg is quite a bit further away from your tummy, and then you can work towards straighter, pushing out through your heel. Check in with your breath. We'll prime our hamstring 3 times. Bend your knee into your chest, left knee into chest. As we exhale, slowly kick up. You can just go slow. Inhale and exhale. One more. And gently kick up. So if your leg starts to tremble, that's a little bit much. Maybe not so much pulling or not so much tension. Point and flex your toes up and down. Breathing into your back, low back area. Flex your toes down, maybe a bend in your knee. Again, if your hamstring is really squawking, talking a lot, then not so much tension, not so much pulling. Relax some. And we're going to slowly start to add some side to side sway. Just gentle movement, maybe only like 3-4 inches off of midline, or a couple of passes side to side, and then start to widen a little bit, 6-8 inches. In essence, if we could, in air quotes, floss our hamstrings, in essence, with this gentle movement, in this slight stretch that, well, in some of you, it might be a bigger stretch than slight, right? But if you go slow and feel the isolation, all 3 of your hamstrings separately, but just go slow in the center and then across your body, outer, breathe, go slow. And bending your knee, if it's a little bit too zesty, too spicy, we just release some of the tension. Don't pull so hard. So a couple more passes side to side and lingering maybe a little bit as we widen some. Come back center, center hamstring, toes down, heel up. Big breath. Choke up on your strap in your left hand. And maybe we grab our block, bring it outside of our left thigh, left hip. Slowly open your leg up. And now maybe we need to turn. Maybe it's a smarter idea to turn the block a little bit taller. You could even go up to the very tallest height and place your calf, the outside of your calf, on your block. If you're not going out quite that far, just hold your leg in the air is totally fine. Block has a couple different heights, so you can go to the one that fits your body's needs. And if your hamstrings or your knee is screaming, we want to back off. Maybe bend the knee a little bit, maybe not so much pull on your strap. Check in with your breath. Now, big adductor, inner thigh. See if you can relax just a little bit through your left hip, inner and outer. Couple more breaths. One more. Use a little touch of core engagement. Bring your left leg back center. Strap comes into our right hand, and we're going to get into your IT band. We just go slow as we take our left leg, left foot across the body, keeping back and hips relatively square on the mat. If leg is a little bit too much, maybe not so far, maybe more softening in our knee. If we like the zesty, and especially through your calf, then push out through your heel, dorsiflexion of your foot. Big, slow breath, low back toward your left hip. Couple more here. Engagement through core as we bring left leg back center, toes overhead, and maybe a bend in our knee. Inhale, exhale, kick up. Stay or gently increase the torque. One more breath. Bend your knee, ditch your strap, either choosing to rest in neutral, knees together, feet wide, or we can stretch out long. Just check in your body. I hope you found that helpful and helpful to loosen up and feel a little bit of space and some freedom in your body. I hope you all have a great day. I wish you well. Namaste.